Most businesses running Google local service ads are wasting leads and leaving a ton of money on the table. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to properly set up your Google local service ads, connect them to GoHighLevel, and how to optimize everything so you can generate more leads, book more calls, and get more revenue. All right, guys, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to go right into what LSAs are and how to set these up. Dom, let's go right to the LSA website and walk them through step by step what to do.
All right, guys, let's do it. We are on Google right here, and all we're going to do is type in Google local service ads. I'm going to press enter, and it should be the first one that comes up right up here. We're going to click reach local customers, and then there is a get started button and a number right here.
All right, perfect. So we're just going to get right into it. But before we get started by clicking that blue button, let's go into what these are in an actual example so you guys can understand how powerful this really is.
So basically, Google local service ads work in one of the simplest ways you can ever imagine. I'm going to show you guys an example as well, but let me preface that first. So there's three different true ways to run ads that we know of. We've got pay per impression, which is Facebook. You pay every time you see the ad. And then we have pay per click, which is every time you click on the ad. That's like normal Google ads. And now we have local service ads, which is pay per lead. Now you only pay when you get the actual lead, which is why it is so vastly important. So let me show you a quick example of what that looks like. So check this out, guys. We've got pest control in Springfield, Illinois. That's what I typed up. And look what comes up first. All of these different sponsored pest control technicians in Springfield. Now you might notice something right over here. It says get quote or phone number. That's what it says right here. There's no website. It doesn't go straight to a website like it does down here, which is a regular pay per click. So if I click right here on these, it actually charges them. It'll charge them, $1 or maybe under $1. It goes straight to their website, blah, blah, blah. But up here, you only get charged if I call the actual company. And that is a Google local service ad. So how do you set these up? Why is this so important? Why do we care? Why does it help you with GoHighLevel? That's what we're going to be answering in this video. So let's go do it. Let's go set one up for a real life company, a real life landscaping company right now.
And Dom, real quick, before we go, just a quick point, and I want to ask your opinion on this. Who do these work best for? Because as you know, a lot of people for some reason don't know these exist. They're absolutely amazing. I've done these for law firms, and it's literally been like a cheat code. But I'm curious as to what list of people do you think this is best for?
Well, luckily, you don't have to take my word for it because there is a list of actual industries that qualify for Google LSAs, and we're going to be going over that list. So you guys are going to get to see the exact list of different service-based companies that qualify, and every single one of them is perfect, obviously, because that's what qualifies for LSAs. So if you guys want a perfect list of who to target when you're running your agency, we have the list.
And guys, at any point during this video, if you have any questions at all, drop in the comments down below, and I or Dom will answer them personally.
Perfect, guys. So as you can see, we are back on the local service ads page. All you're going to do is click get started right here. There is a phone number over here to the right that you can call if you want help. They work from Monday to Friday. It's kind of weird, but that's how this Google LSA customer support does work. You can't really get a hold of them on Saturdays and Sundays, and they usually will email you back. Or if you're lucky, you can get on a phone call with them and they can guide you through the whole thing. But we're going to guide you through it right now. It really is simple. There's some personal information you're going to need from your client, but other than that, you're fine. So the first step we're going to do is click continue. And then after that, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. Now, here's the thing. I manage all of these different Google My Business accounts. These are all different Google business profiles. Now, you guys know how GMB accounts work. You go create a Gmail, and then you get your little profile pick up here on the top right, and you can get reviews, blah, blah, blah. But if you want to manage those accounts for other clients, all you have to do is request for management. They accept it, and then it pops in right here. So that's kind of what I did for this Wellman's Lawn Care and Landscaping Company, because I just felt it was a lot easier than having to sign into his landscaping company. But there are different versions, different ways to do this. And for right now, I want to show you guys the most bare bones way ever. So we're going to skip this entire thing. But if you do manage it, or if you do own it, you would just click on it right here. It would save you some time. We're going to do it from scratch. Skip the whole thing. Skip the business profile and start from nothing. And that's what we're doing right here. So the first step is easy. We're just going to put in the country, the state, which is going to be Illinois for us right here, and the zip code, which is, I think, going to be 62704, but we can go confirm that on their profile. All we have to do is Google their business. And then over here, we've got job category. Now, this is it, guys. If they fall into one of these many categories, then you can set them up for Google LSAs. So why are you going out and being like, oh, Dom, which is the best niche? Which niche should I do? Who cares? Go on one of these and just find any of these niches that you want to work with and then set them up for LSAs. And then it becomes so much easier to run an agency and to sell them Go High Level right after because you're already getting them leads. So that's what I love about this. It's such a two birds with one stone strategy, and it saves you so much time trying to find out, oh, should I go after lawyers or lawn care or locksmiths or massage school or moving or nail salon? There's a lot of specific ones in here too. Like let's go to one like that's a little bit more specific. I think painting's pretty interesting. I think that's a good one to get into. Things that people just don't think about. Plastic surgeons in here. That's interesting. Preschool, that's more education. There's a lot. Snow removal is really
Wow.
good. And then we're going to find landscaping because that's the one that we're going after. So let's go find the L's. And then we've got lawn care and landscaping. Now, I do want to break something down to you guys really quickly because for this client, I actually made a mistake and I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. They are a lawn care company that specializes in landscaping. However, all of these different industries have different versions of how to get approved, even though they're extremely similar. So, what I do for landscaping will be extremely similar to what I would do for kitchen remodeling and junk removal. However, Google Local Service Ads needs you to be insured and they need you to have the correct licensing if needed. And for landscaping, you don't need a license, but for lawn care, you do. You have to have a pesticide license. So that's why if you want to only go for landscaping, do not add lawn care. Even though that this company does lawn care, when I told them that they need the pesticide license and all this other stuff, they were like, no, we just want to do landscaping. Yes, they have their pesticide license, but they had to get it renewed and a bunch of other stuff. And I said, we're not going to wait months and months to do this. If you guys are falling into that category, you're like, dang, I got to get the license for all this stuff. It works very well if you just do landscaping. So that's what we're doing. You can still get all the services that you would need, and it works really well. But if you're doing lawn care, just have the pesticide license. All lawn care companies have them, but just for this specific client, he wanted only landscaping. So do not make the same mistake that I did and do it for lawn care. And then you have to go back and get rid of that license. So we're going to do check eligibility and we're going to go to the next step. And this pop-up window is going to come up. And like I said, you can call that number right there. I always recommend calling it if you can, but for now, we don't really need to call them. So we're going to go straight into the business details. And if you were to already have their business profile done, this would already be filled out. Almost all this would have been filled out already, but because we didn't click on it, we're just going to have to fill it out manually. It's super easy. So I'm going to do that for you guys real quick. We're going to put in the business name, their business phone number. We don't have to put in the website or the registration name. And then we're going to come down here. So let me do that real quick. Once you're done with that first step, you're going to come down here. Now, this is super important, guys. We've got email and text message right here. So this is how they're going to be responding to the leads. Do you want to have these two options? I sometimes will take off email just because I know I don't really trust the business owner to check their email over and over again. And we don't want to lose these leads. These are really high quality leads for the most part. So you do not want to lose them. This isn't like Facebook where you're getting a lead every single 5 seconds and they're garbage. These are real leads, man. So you don't want to miss these leads. So for that reason, I kind of take off email a lot of times. You guys can keep it on. Obviously, ask the client, say, hey, do you check your email? We're going to keep that on, blah, blah, blah. Also, email can be affected by like getting a quote. There's a button that says get a quote or book an appointment. Sometimes that's affected by the email. So just do your own research on that one and ask them, like, do you want email or not? Text message, of course, we're going to keep text message. And then you'll notice there's no phone call. It's because it's built in. You have to do the phone call option. So we're going to have phone call and text message as the main two. Next, we're just going to put in the owner's name. We got his name right here. His number of workers. I believe he has 15 employees. And then the year founded. He told me all this information. So we're pretty much good to go. Then you're just going to put in the street address. And then it says, is this location a place that customers can visit, like a home office? In this scenario, yes, it is. He does have a warehouse. So we're going to click next. And then we have the fun part. We have set up your service area. These are things that you definitely have to ask your client. Where are their service areas? They'll probably give you a list of different cities. So I could do like Chatham, Illinois, or if you want to get a lot in a very small amount of time, put in the county. So we can do like Sangamon County. Boom. That should get that whole spot right there. We
How
can
many would you recommend, Dominic?
I mean, honestly, well, number one, it depends on who you're setting this up for. So for this landscaping company, a lot of landscapers will usually go outside of like a 50 to 70 mile radius. These are things that you just have to ask them, like how far are they willing to drive to go do and perform one of these services. And so, but if it's like a small service, it's something like that's like $50 to $100. Most people aren't going to be traveling very far. So it just depends on what the business is and what the service is, especially if you're doing this for a company that has an actual location that people go to. When you're doing landscaping lawn care, you don't really go to the location, they go to you. So it's them traveling to you and not the other way around where the customer's traveling to your location. So it just depends. It depends on a lot of different factors. It's kind of hard to just answer that question straight up. But for landscaping, because I've had a landscaping company, I know how this works. We usually would go anywhere from 50 to 70 miles. And that's kind of, we would still keep our profit margins. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. Menard County, I can boom, add that. I got that whole section up here. When you add cities, like if I did Lincoln right there, I'm only going to get that little spot in the top right. See that little spot? But if I did counties, I could get the whole thing. That's why I
Okay.
think going after counties is easier and it's a little bit better. So we would just choose all the counties that he's willing to do. I've already set this up, so we're going to skip this part, but you guys get the idea. It's all done right there. You can also exclude certain areas. So if I wanted to exclude an area, I don't know how to say this, without sounding pompous, I guess, but sometimes like if you're in real estate or in landscaping and you only want to work in like richer areas and you want to exclude maybe more poor towns or like poor area codes or something because you don't think they'll have the money to pay for your services, sometimes people will do that. So I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's something
Yeah.
people will do. And a lot of companies will say like, dude, I don't want to work in this town. I'm never going to make any money, blah, blah, blah. Is they're just going to ask you to exclude that. So you can if you want, but we'll click next right there. And now we have the even more fun part, which is selecting the services. Now, here's the thing, guys. This is really important because there are certain services in here that, yes, will require professional licenses. So if we add something for irrigation or if we add pesticide for like pest control, there is a pesticide license that you have to get depending on the state that you're in. So in Illinois, I definitely have to have a pesticide license. So when I went to Wellman's Lawn Care and I told them that, they were like, we want to skip that. We don't want to have to worry about the pesticide license and all that stuff. So now I had to go back and redo it and was like, okay, we do not want to do it for pesticide. So be very careful when you choose these services and make sure they're services that either if they do require a license, make sure your client has the license ready to go. But either way, we're probably going to select most of these here. Anything that I think requires a license, I'm probably going to get rid of. Sod and seeding should be fine. A lot of this stuff should be fine. I don't see any pesticides on here because we did not choose lawn care. So therefore we should be good to go. Let me go through all these. But one thing I do want to click off is stone masonry because I know my client told me he does not do stone masonry and he doesn't do concrete masonry either. So we're going to click those off. Everything else I believe is good to go. We can agree to any licenses if we need them. Click next. And then we have the business hours. Of course, we're going to turn these on for every single day. My client, I believe, is closed on Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to keep those off and we're going to do 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. But you guys can change this according to their business hours. They should have their business hours on their Google My Business profile already. You're going to need the client for most of this setup anyway. I actually did this setup for this client about a week and a half ago in front of him. I was literally in front of him with my computer and it made the process so much easier. And you'll understand why when we get to the next steps. So once we're done with that, we're going to click next. We've got photos. This is also easier if you've already connected to the Google My Business because it's going to take the photos that are already on the GMB page and throw them in here. If not, just add your own photos of the landscaping. That's not too hard. We're just not going to do that right now, but you can add them straight from your
Quick
computer.
question for you, Dom. So when they have the GMB already all dialed in, does that make this setup and running these ads easier?
So much easier. I mean, we're going to connect it anyway. We have to connect it after this part because they want to make sure that you have at least one 5-star review. We're going to get to that in a second. But if you connect it before, then yeah, a lot of the personal information that we just put in, we wouldn't have had to put in. The photos should be already connected. So you can click which photo that you want. There's a lot of things that make it a lot easier. But as you guys can clearly see, it wasn't that hard to set any of this up anyway. It's just, yeah, you might want to manage the accounts that you're running this for, which is super easy. Like I said at the beginning, all you have to do is request, say, hey, I want to request to manage this. Anyone can request anybody. You can just go Google it, Google My Business and say, I want to request to manage this account. And then they'll get an email and all they have to do is accept it in your end. So very easy to do. We can make another video on that and just like Google My Business optimization if we want to. If you guys want to see that, then comment below and we can do it. But for right now, pretty simple stuff. And we'll add some photos. They only let you add like 5 photos. I think it's not very many because this isn't the same as pay-per-click, guys. This isn't the same as Facebook ads. They're not really showing many photos. They're just showing like 2 or 3. I wouldn't add more than 2 or 3 photos for this. So we're going to click not now and move on and check it out. We didn't add a photo. So this is what it's going to look like, but they give you a nice little preview. If we had a photo of maybe like a lawn or something, then it would show right here. And I could always tell them like, hey, you want to change your business name from Wellman's Lawn Care and change like what it looks like because they do landscaping now, then we could totally do that. But most people know that lawn care companies also do landscaping. So I don't think it'll affect that much. So we should be fine. We'll press continue right here, click next, and then check this out, guys. We've got the phone numbers right here for the calls and the messages. This is by far the most important thing because this is what you're paying for. You're paying for lead gen through messages and through calls. So if this number is not matching, this is the number that they got from the GMB and the number that we put in, then you are in trouble because then those phone calls are going to go somewhere else. And that's what you're paying for. Every phone call that is clicked and called is recorded. Google can go through those recordings. They can see if it's a good lead or a bad lead. If it's a bad lead and they're like a prank call or something, they will give you the money back. So you
Dude.
can always do that. But the reason I bring that up is because it's very important for you as an agency owner, because that's the only thing you have to do after you're done here is like the only optimization after this. The only thing you can do is go through the calls. And I know
Yeah.
people that do this and I say, how often do you go through the calls? They're like once a month, once every 2 months. He goes, most of the leads are fine anyway. Like I don't really even have to do anything. It's one of the easiest things to set up and then one of the truly easiest things to manage
Yeah,
because
I actually want to say a quick point on that, Dominic, because I've run these before, and I know you're really big on this. I'm so happy we're doing this video because people need to know this. But it essentially is the closest thing to set it and forget it with ads. But it's also like they've done so much back end work to the point where when you run these ads, you're only pretty much getting qualified leads because again, you're getting charged per lead. So like whether you are running these for your own business or for someone else, it makes running ads way easier, but it also gets rid of that whole Facebook regular pay-per-click Google ad idea of just getting random leads and having to constantly sift through all this garbage, which is absolutely terrible. I mean, you know how annoying it is. It is a pain in the freaking ass having to go through this. But with this, it's like, dude, it's all dialed in. So yeah, really love what you're saying here. And I just think for those of you guys who want to do lead gen for these service-based businesses or yourself, like you got to be running LSAs. Like these are hands down the easiest and honestly best ads I've seen.
yeah, guys, I'll be honest. I stopped even targeting anyone that's not associated with LSA. If they don't fall into that category, I'm not calling them. Like, I'm not working with them. If they don't fall into one of those 70 different categories that we talked about earlier, and you guys can Google the categories if you want to go through every single one, I highly recommend doing that. I also have a video on my channel where I've gone over all the categories and which ones I think are the best to target. But yeah, I'm done running Facebook ads and I'm done targeting anyone who doesn't fall into those categories. Facebook ads are a nightmare. They're just a nightmare. I don't care. I'll run them for my own companies for sure. I love Facebook ads for myself, but to have to go back and change them every single 2 weeks and change them every month, change them to new creatives, rely on the business owner to do so many things that they're not going to do. It's like, what are we doing here? I'm going to have to charge you thousands of dollars a month to do that. But with this, low key, guys, I could charge like $200-300 a month to run these and then use the rest of the ad budget, which we're going to get to next on the LSAs. So yeah, we're going to get into that and yeah, what to charge and everything in between. So let's do it. Let's click continue. All right, guys, this is by far the most important part. This is, I know I keep saying that, but this, like, do this. If you don't do this, you're not getting approved. Everything else was kind of easy, copy and paste. I'm not saying this isn't easy. It's still very easy to do, but you need to get some information from the business owner, obviously. So right here, we have the Google business profile. It says it's complete. We would, of course, connect this. This would be connected. I've already done this. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like completed because I've already completed all of this. But for right now, let me just run it through you.
All right, so we have a ton of amazing stuff. And as Dom said, this is the most important part. But before we do so, we have something super special for you, which is our entire private community, all of our bonuses and everything for free. And the way you get access is by using our 30-day free trial right down below. This is not a 14-day free trial, as you see on High Level's website, which is standard. We have talked to the team and we have secured you a 30-day free trial. So let me show you what you get for free when you sign up with this link below. So the first thing you're getting access to is my private community where you can get unlimited motivation. And as you see, it is full of winners and the best place to network. But even better than that, you're going to get access to all of Dom's and mine special video and asset trainings. We have trainings on how to learn high level, trainings on how to use high level, pre-built out sales systems, snapshots, sales scripts, AI prompts. We even have DOMS bonuses. So you guys are getting mine and DOMS bonuses, two of the best affiliates of all time. And you're getting all of this for free. Dominic, let's go over your bonuses really quickly. Dom has a ton of different stuff that people don't even know that is in here that is absolutely mind blowing.
Yep, let's do it. Let's go into my bonus section and check this out, guys. I like to explain this to people so when they get in here, they understand what these are. These are white labeled promo and demo videos. And what those are and what that means is I create the videos for you and I white label them. So all you have to do is send these to the potential clients. And I do them for so many different service-based companies. And I also do them for all the features inside of GHL. And there's a reason we're making this video. I am going to be creating a white labeled Google LSA promo. So what that means is everything you're seeing in this video, I'm going to summarize it in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes maybe. And it's going to be me walking the customer, the client through Google LSAs. So all you have to do is send them the video so they understand everything about LSA, everything they're getting. So you're not sitting there going, oh, well, Google LSA is this or that. You don't have to do that. I do it for you. So it's white labeled. My face is not in it. It's just my voice. And I love these videos. It's how I became the top affiliate in the world back in 2022 and 2023 is genuinely because of these videos. And I had so many people that used them, that would send them and get clients from them. So I'm going to keep doing them. And if you guys look closely, we've got pool cleaning, we've got food service, we've got dog grooming. I've got all of these different service-based companies.
These are all updated too, by the way.
And yeah, I was going to say, but to bring that up, I just did pest control yesterday, chiropractic the day before that. So all those are going in there. And then we did another landscaping. So we're going to have landscaping part 2 in there. And then I think we're doing junk removal, maybe locksmith, like a lot of like random ones that I'm going to be adding in there. I'm going to do this until I get every industry ever. And then you guys are going to have no complaints because you're going to be able to take those videos and send them to any of the industries that you want and just be like, hey guys, these are the promos. This is what you have to do in order to run ads correctly. And good God, man, it's getting me so many clients.
And the crazy part is not only is it helping you with fulfillment, but guys, these are going to help you get clients, which brings me to my next point. We have by far, out of anyone you see online, the best client getting system because not only do we give you all of the assets like the white label videos, trainings on how to get clients to reach out, on top of all of that, you're going to get access to 7 live coaching calls per week that help and show you not only how to use high level, but how to get clients. I'm talking calls with me. Okay. I'm talking calls with John. I mean, you can literally see help with sales, help with getting clients, Jordan. Okay. John, Dimitri. We have all these really high level coaches. Okay. They're going to help you, give you all the hand holding. And as you see here, guys, they're free. We even have a private channel that we'll talk about later where Dom is doing calls also. Guys, no one is giving away what we are giving away. And I'm telling you, look at it. It's free. Everyone else is charging 10, 15K for these masterminds. We are doing it for free. And it is all geared towards one thing, helping you make money with high level. Because at the end of the day, if you can't sell this product, you can't make money and you're only a hobbyist. And our whole goal is to change that.
Absolutely. That's another reason for the white labels is it's genuinely to solve the biggest problem in all of GoHighLevel, and that is getting sales. So hopefully I can do that for you. But either way, let's get back into the LSAs, man. Let's get this thing set up and find a way for you to get your own clients leads as well. All right, guys, now that we are back in the business verification section, like I said, very important and study up, look at everything that you're going to need so you don't go in blind. A lot of people do not understand what they need in here. And then they're very confused and they're in front of the client. They're like, oh, I guess I need your license. I guess I need your business insurance. Just know what you need before you go in, or else it's not going to go well. So these are some of the things that you will need, especially for lawn care and landscaping. We've got the Google business profile, which this is not their profile. I'm going to show you guys their finished profile in a second, but you would link that right here. And you need at least one 5-star review. If they don't have a single 5-star review, just leave them one as as a person, as someone, and just say, hey, I use them, give them a 5-star review. I've done that. I've had to do that before. It's not that big of a deal. They need one. And then next, you have to go to bidding and budget. This is also very important. We've got their actual budget. Now, will it spend their whole budget? Probably not. If it does, that's good. But I've had a lot of clients where I've done the budget at like $150 a week and it only spent $50 a week. Now, the budget is 100% based off of how many people are actually calling the company. So it's not based off how many people are just clicking and looking at the website anymore. It's genuinely based off of those leads. So a lot of times it doesn't spend the whole budget. And you guys might see that a lot, especially in the beginning when it's optimizing. If it doesn't spend the budget in the first month, do not turn it off. Keep it going, and it needs to optimize over time. And just tell the client, hey, the first month might be a little rough, but even if it's rough, it's not going to spend your money. So who cares? And it won't spend a lot of it. And then it'll start to pick up steam over time. So I highly recommend maybe, like 150 a week is really good. It might be above some people's budget area. Sometimes 50 is fine. Or you can set your own budget right here and do like, I don't know, like 75 a week. But once again, these are really good leads. They're pretty high quality. So if it's a landscaping project, like for instance, we ran this, I think at about $900 a month or around $1,000 a month. And we made back, I don't like telling this story because I feel like it's false. It gives people false hope, but we ran this for like $1,000 a month for my landscaping company and we made back like 150 grand. I know
Crazy
that I
insane.
understand that's like 1 in a million. It's not 1 in a million, but we just had some really big leads. Like we had like a $75,000 lead. Then we had like almost $100,000 lead. Like we had some really, really good leads really quickly. So I just want to let you guys know what is possible, but do not go to a client and say, we're going to put $1,000 in and make 150 grand back. I did not tell you to do that, but you can, is what I'm saying. So we're gonna do, yeah, $50 to $75 maybe to start off, and whatever their budget is. It's obviously based off of them. Next, we have the billing information. This is clearly just putting in the credit card or the debit card. You can toss that in right there, Amex, whatever it is. Then we've got the business registration. So for the business registration, there's a couple things that you need to know. So when we get to business registration, they have your business information. They're doing like a quick background check on it. So there's not too much you have to do in this scenario. It's not like you have to put in your business license or anything, but they are going to do a background check. Now, I did a video on setting this up for a real estate agent. You did need to show proof of your business, your LLC, stuff like that. There's definitely things where you have to just show proof that you're a real business. But for this one, they can just look it up. And then business representative check. This is where you're going to put in their first name, middle name, last name. Do not mess any of this up. And then proof of affiliation. So right here, it says upload proof of affiliation. We got the drop down menu, which is going to be the business registration document. Very simple to do. So if I click this, I can upload any type of document that shows that they are a real business. This can be like articles of incorporation. It can have anything with their EIN number on it or anything like that. So nothing too crazy. They all have this, but they'll have it. So once you do this with the customer, they will most likely have all the info that you need. And then we've got the identification verification right here. So on identity verification, there's a company called Evident. All you need to know is that Evident is a third-party company that does the background checks. And they're going to do the background check for the owner. And all the background check is, this is all you need to know, is it's a link. They send you a link to the email that is associated with the account. When that link is sent to that person, the owner, all they have to do is put in their social security number and upload identification, which is like a license. So if they put in their driver's license, take a photo of both sides, you guys have all done it. It's very easy to do. They can do that in like under 2 minutes and boom, they're good to go. It can take up to 48 hours and then hopefully they'll get approved. I mean, it's just making sure they're not like on a terrorist watch list or something. Yeah. I've never seen anyone get denied basically. So that's all they're trying to do. And if you guys are confused about all of this and you're like, oh, but they want insurance and blah, 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 there's different things that you need to upload. The reason they're doing this is very simple. Google is taking the, I guess, blame or the fault for you getting these leads, which means they want to make sure that the company is insured. If someone gets sued or if this happens or if that happens, they don't want people going back to Google and saying, well, why did you guarantee these guys? Why did you say that this company was legit? Google needs to make sure this company is legit. That's why they're doing this background stuff. But everybody has everything that I just mentioned. They have proof of insurance. They have the identity verification. They have the licenses if they need them. So it's not like it's anything that you can't get. It's all very simple. It's very easy. And I've never had a problem running this ever. So I didn't want anybody to watch this and be like, oh my God, I need all these licenses and this. Let me show you what it looks like when it's all filled out. Let's go to that page right now. So here is what it looks like when all of these are completed. The background check. I just did this a few days ago for this exact client, and we're already complete with everything except for the lawn care license. See the pesticide license? And that's because I told you guys he wanted me to go back and get that off. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm getting it off and we're going to get approved by tomorrow. So really happy about all that. and everything is going great. And these ads should start running in the next 48 hours. And it was so easy to set up. I set it up the exact way you guys just saw. We've got the bidding and budget. We've got the Google business profile where you can see he has 23 reviews right here. This is the actual profile. We did the background check, which is completely done. And then, of course, we had proof of insurance, which you guys didn't see on the other page, but we just uploaded proof that he had insurance. That was it. It was really easy to do. And that obviously got approved as well. So everything got approved, super easy to do. My client is very happy, and I'm glad I got to show everything. He gave me permission to show you guys everything that we did for him. So he's happy. I'm happy. I think Declan's happy. And you guys got to see, like, genuinely step by step how to fix all this. And even though I had a little bit of a hiccup right here with this lawn care provider license, all I did was call the number and email them, and they got back to me within 24 hours. And I've been going back and forth, and they were like, dude, just go back to these three little lines over here. This is where you see everything, your
Yep.
reports, your profile budget, your billing, all these different things. So if I go to profile and budget right here, this is where you can actually change anything that we did previously. So it's not like, oh, I can't change it. Yes, you can. You can change the website, everything here, the job types. This is what we would actually go and change, because we would take off the pesticide service in order to get rid of that pesticide license verification. And then you can also change the settings for messaging leads, direct business search, all the service areas. You can still edit it. It's just
So
way.
everything on those three lines, a little hamburger menu, you can basically edit everything. Actually, if we click that, you'll see, guys, you have your business verification, you have your leads, which is going to show where they come in. Policy manager. If you want to quickly just breeze through this very quickly so they know they have the quick tutorial on this, that would be huge, because once they understand that, they have the keys to the kingdom and they're set. I also want to let you guys know really fast before you jump into this, that if you guys need help with this and you're at all confused and you're like, I don't want to go out alone again, with that 30-day free trialing down below, you can take this exact screen to our live calls every single week and say, hey, I need help with this. And our amazing coaches will help you for free. But Dom, let's just go right through it.
Yep. I wanted to show you guys this. I don't know if this promo is active all the time, but I know it's been active for me almost every time I've set one of these up. When you're new, if you spend 500 bucks within the first like 30 or 60 days or whatever, you actually get $1,000 for free. So pretty cool. They always have these for new people. So you can always use that as leverage. You can be like, hey, dude, we're going to spend 500 bucks relatively quickly, and then we're going to get 1,000 for free. So maybe like 2 months of ad spend for free, which is pretty awesome. So don't miss out on those for sure. And then we can click these three little lines, and that's where we can get into the leads. We can click on leads right here, and you will see a list of all the leads. So anytime you get a lead, it'll be here. It'll be job type, customer, search intent, and you can even go and listen to the call back. So you can actually, as an agency owner, as a GoHighLevel agency owner, go and listen to the calls. If they're saying, oh, these leads are bad, you could go on there and be like, no, these leads are not bad. I just listened to the call. They're great. Your sales guy just didn't
Yeah.
close the deal, whatever, whatever you got to do. That's probably not going to happen too often for you guys. Hopefully, it's just people that want landscaping, or maybe it's for a pet groomer or whatever, and they have a good front desk person. That's what works really, really well for this, guys. If they have a front desk person that answers calls, oh man, they're gonna love you, because you're gonna always have that call answered, and you can go back and listen to the calls, and they're usually really good at their job. So that's what works the best, and I love that. You can also add more photos right there in case you wanted to skip that photo part, like I said, and come back to it later. And we've got policy manager, the reporting, profile budget. Like I said, it's all over here, but let's go back to business verification. And basically you just want to see complete on all of these, and then it's going to start spending money and you're good to go. So that's pretty much it. I mean, that's everything you really need to know in a nutshell about Google LSAs and how to set them up for a landscaper. I did a video on how to set them up for a real estate agent, which was slightly different, but basically the exact same thing as well. And I can't wait to set them up for like so many other industries, because I want to see what the setup process is like too with those. But 99% of the time, it's the exact same. It's the same, just, insurance, maybe a license here or there, and then their business info. And it really is, in my opinion, one of the best ways to run ads ever, and one of the best ways to use it as leverage power for a GoHighLevel agency to sell them everything else. Because do you really think anyone that I've ever sold Google LSAs to isn't using my GHL account? You're crazy. They all are. Every single one of them. I run their website. I do their automations. I run their social media, whatever it may be. It's all connected to my sub account inside of GoHighLevel. So it's one of the easiest things, because that's a question that I get all the time. I had a comment yesterday. It was like, Dom, LSAs sound great, but it has nothing to do with GoHighLevel. And like, how do you even combine those two? And it's like, they work hand in hand. like hand in hand. I get the same question all the time about why do you film for businesses? Why do you film for a pest control business? It has nothing to do with GoHighLevel. Weird, because I'm getting new clients every single day. Everybody I've ever filmed for has begged me to do their website, to do their automations. I mean, it just keeps happening. It's like a vertical. It's crazy. It's crushing. And I don't know why more people don't do exactly what I'm doing because it's working so well. We're doing 5 onboardings this week, 5. So
Madness.
I mean, it's just like it's so simple. And anyone who's sitting here going like, oh well, AI is too powerful and AI is too this and it's we can't get clients and nobody wants this. I don't know who you're reaching out to because I'm doing pretty fine
Yeah,
over
that's a
here.
lot of that stuff. That's what's funny is a lot of that. Not to go on a side tangent because we got to finish this last part, but a lot of people, it's just fear mongering. They just hear something, they freak out. In reality, what's really happening is far different. So, guys, let's move on to the last part. Now that you understand how to set up LSAs and now how to, properly tweak them, and you have the tutorial. Now let's go to the last part, which is integrating this with GoHighLevel, because as we know, we all use GoHighLevel. So Dom, let's just show them the quick setup.
All right, guys. So once you are inside of GoHighLevel, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be in a sub account. Of course, we're going to come down to settings and we're just going to go over to integrations right here. Now, there used to be a Google LSA integration. You used to be able to just click on it and you're good to go. They genuinely used to have like Google local service ads. It was built into the calendar settings, which is kind of interesting. They got rid of that and changed it up a little bit. And we can make a totally new video on that, by the way, because that's like a whole new thing. But it can still connect directly into your GoHighLevel account. And there's many different ways to do it, whether it's with the phone number, if you want to connect an actual phone number to the LSA or the texting number to the LSA, you guys can do that. And I recommend doing that, once you're A2P approved, yada, yada, yada. But you can also connect the Google business profile to it as well. And I highly recommend doing that. You guys should have done that anyway, but connecting that and the Google Leads is totally fine too. You can connect the reporting and see all the reporting. I also recommend connecting the Google Calendar because a lot of times Google LSAs work off of booking and booking is based off calendars. So you can have that in there too. So there are ways to connect it to GHL, even though people are like, oh no, they took it off. It's not the same. Yes, you can still do it. There are workarounds and it's great in general because you can have the website connected, all the reviews connected to there, the Google messaging connected to there, and you can still run automations for it. So we can make a whole nother video on that.
And also something we're going to be doing that's absolutely crazy on this exact thing. And guys, it is coming. Just like Dom said, we are releasing a video. It is actually how to set up the GoHighLevel AI voice agents to the LSA so that AI is both closing, selling, and doing everything hands off, which is a whole other thing that we're going to be going over. Just quick thing I wanted to interject because that's going to be absolutely huge.
Yeah, that's just gonna it's then you're truly like really integrated with GHL and they have to have it and you kind of have a double feature there. But there's so much going on. There's so much happening right now with the AI studio, with the conversation bot, now with Google LSAs and adding 70 different industries. It just I think it's the best time ever. It's the best time to ever get into GoHighLevel. It's the easiest time ever to sell. And you guys do not want to miss out. Every time there's like a problem with GHL or it's like, oh well, it's hard to get leads or it's hard to build websites or it's hard to do this. They've been coming out with one of the easiest, best solutions I've ever seen every single week. And it's just there's almost nothing to complain about anymore at this point. I genuinely don't know what to complain about. It's never been easier. I would take advantage of that any step of the way that you can. I would use that link in the description below 100%. The churn rate's unbelievable. Everybody loves it. Like I don't think I've ever seen anybody, upset about the community. They love getting in the community and it's been crazy. You can also get into the community even if you're not an affiliate. We have an option for that too in the link in the description. So we have a lot of people that signed up with someone else. They can't figure out how to become an affiliate. They're freaking out. They want in and they're even happy too. So we've got that link in there as well. But either way, thanks for having me on, Declan. This video was awesome. I really wanted to showcase a real life client again getting an LSA, and I think you guys should definitely use it at least as leverage power or maybe your pitch for when you're trying to sell GHL. Just be like, hey, I noticed you're not running LSAs and only 2 companies in your whole town are. You might want to get on that, and we'll have that white label video for you too, so you guys can just send that to them instead of try to explain it to them.
100%. So Dom, thank you for being here. Guys, if you have any questions, like I said, drop them in the comments down below. I or Dom will answer personally. If you guys are interested in getting into this amazing community, okay, that has over $15,000 worth of bonuses for free, hit that 30-day free trial link down below. But more importantly, I'm going to be linking a video at the end of this video that's going to pop up in 5 seconds here. That's going to go over what you get when you join the community. So you see some testimonials, and you see a bunch of other stuff to know that I'm not just yapping and that real people are benefiting from this. So thank you guys so much for watching, and watch the video that pops up right now.